I can't talk to you. You don't listen.
That's not true.
I'm a witch.
And don't we all know it?
See? That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to tell you something. You don't even hear it.
It was so ghetto, guys. Like, this friendship, this trio was so ghetto. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to bring you guys another TVD video, but instead of the relationships, we're going to be getting into friendships, possibly the worst trio of friends on the show: Bonnie, Elena, and Caroline. I saw some chatter about this on Twitter, about how even though they were the besties of the show, like, they probably were the worst to each other than anyone else on the show. And it got me thinking. I was like, low-key? Not even low-key. Definitely, you're right. Best friends, sure, they fight all the time, but like, some of the things, like, looking back, were kind of inexcusable. And as best friends, they wouldn't fly with me. Like, no combination of them low-key didn't work. Like, Bonnie and Elena, Caroline and Elena, Caroline and Bonnie, like, they all three, like, were like dysfunctional. So like, all three of them together, like, no wonder. Before we get into the video, y'all, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, if you want to see more TVD videos, I have a full TVD playlist. I'll leave that down in the description, and you guys can check that out after the video. First, I want to get into their dynamic in the first season of the show. Bonnie, right off the bat, she was definitely portrayed as the loyal best friend. In the first episode, her and Elena in the car together. Caroline, however, she was just very annoying, very mean, self-centered. And then Elena in the first season, she was very sweet, but I feel like at times, looking back and rewatching, she was very selfish. So you got Bonnie, that's loyal, Caroline, that's snobby, and Elena, that's low-key selfish. Like, I barely even feel like there were like enough scenes showcasing their like chemistry as a trio of best friends. Obviously they had the scene where they were at, you know, doing the little sleepover, but like, what else? They were either always fighting, disagreeing with each other, or something was going on related to Elena, but like, it was just always something going wrong with them. Starting off with Caroline, you could see right off the bat in the first season, she states multiple times how she thinks Elena's boring, how she's not the same. And mind you, Elena's parents just died. Her parents literally passed away a couple months or a year ago, however long ago it was, and she's saying this. Even Bonnie was like, kind of like cringing at like what Caroline was saying. Like, are they really best friends? I know my parents died and one of my best friends was calling me boring and how I'm not the same person and how I'm a party pooper. We would definitely not be best friends, I'll tell you that. Moving on to Elena, I definitely feel like she contributed the least to the friendship. Like, you can argue, like, obviously you can't argue Bonnie was the most loyal, but Caroline even at times had to sacrifice certain things for the both of them. Elena, I feel like I can barely pinpoint like a time where she sacrificed anything for Bonnie or Caroline in the show. Like, she definitely contributed the least in the friendship. You could see this when Bonnie's grandma died. You could see this when Caroline's dad died. I feel like Elena just had no sympathy for either of them. Yes, she was, you know, supposed to be the sweetheart of the school, you know, of the show. She's the main character. She's a sweetheart. But Elena was definitely the most selfish of the three. Now moving on to Bonnie. Obviously, Bonnie was the glue. She held the three of them together. I feel like as a trio of friends, like, without her, like, this, like, it would have fell apart. But like, usually in a friend group, you always have that one person that's the glue, and that definitely was Bonnie. She was always there for both of them, for Elena and Caroline, when both their parents died, whenever Elena needed help. Like, I can give you a list. She was even there when Elena turned off her humanity and was completely so just rude and disgusting to her. Like, Bonnie could easily have killed her multiple times. Actually, I think there was a scene where Bonnie almost killed her using the little brain spell thing, and Stefan and them had to stop her.
Bonnie, you're killing her.
I know what I'm doing.
That's the magic talking. This is your best friend.
This friendship, y'all, was a hot mess. Like, after a while, you could definitely see, like, rewatching the show, Bonnie was just not effing with them the way she used to. Now, I know I said we were just gonna be talking about the friendship, but I also can't leave the fact out that they all dated each other's past exes, siblings. They did not have the concept of girl code at all in this friendship. Starting off with Caroline, again, she dated Matt, who was Elena's ex, without a second thought, mind you. She did not even like consult with Elena before she went after him, or if she did, it was very brief and like she didn't really care. Then you got Bonnie with Jeremy, which again, Bonnie did ask Elena. She did say like, I feel weird, like you're my best friend's brother, but nonetheless, I don't feel like she should have went through with that relationship at all. And then at the end of the show, Caroline dates Stefan. Where's the girl code? Like, there was no girl code at all. If y'all best friends like y'all claim, y'all can't be passing each other's exes around like it's Thanksgiving. Like, come on. Like, that's another thing that just made me feel like this is not a this is not a good friendship. Now, just going into each of the combos, and by combos I mean like the three friends together, I feel like of the three, Elena and Caroline definitely hated each other the most. Bonnie, I feel like didn't have like really any bad animosity towards either of them, but like Elena and Caroline were literally at each other's throats so many times during the show. Like, I can't tell you how many times they were fighting, and Bonnie had to play like the mediator. I can barely remember a time that Bonnie ever was about to put her life on the line for Caroline. So definitely of the trio, I would say the closest of them would definitely be Elena and Bonnie. And it makes sense because like just right off the bat at the beginning of the show, like who was there for Elena the most when her parents died? Bonnie. Who was making fun of Elena because her parents died? Caroline. Also, who was there for Bonnie when she was struggling with her witch powers? Even though I feel like both of them could have been there a bit more for her, it was definitely more Elena. Caroline barely gave a crap that Bonnie was even going through like this power, you know, that she was experiencing.
I can't talk to you. You don't listen.
That's not true. I'm a witch. And don't we all know it?
See? That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to tell you something. You don't even hear it.
It was so ghetto, guys. Like, this friendship, this trio was so ghetto. So it was definitely Bonnie and Elena that I feel like had the closest relationship of the friend group. They were just not a friend group. Like, they were just awful to each other. Like, it was just horrible. Like, without Elena being there, like, I feel like Caroline and Bonnie would have no reason to associate with each other in the show. Like, what would they bond over? Lifestyles? No. Home life? Not even. Relationships? No. Elena and Bonnie were the only ones I could definitely see that could give a pass as being best friends. Honestly, just look at how they wrapped up the show. Bonnie and Elena, they had this intimate connection with each other, but in the end, Elena woke up anyways, and her and Bonnie shared this amazing like moment. And then Caroline dates Stefan. I dated your first love. Sorry. Oh, and he's dead. Sorry. I don't know. The only thing like bad you could say Bonnie did, because Bonnie just barely did anything wrong. If anything, she was just always there for the two of them. It was just her dating Elena's little brother, Jeremy. But Elena did say that she was okay with it. So, I mean, but I don't know. I wouldn't really go for my best friend's brother. But yeah, guys, that was me just breaking down just the worst trio of friends like you could think of. But yeah, let me know of the trio, which two of them do you feel like was the closest? I definitely think it was Bonnie and Elena. Like, of the three, which two of them do you guys feel like was the closest, and who you feel like hated each other the most? Because I definitely think it was no question Caroline and Elena. Like, you date your best friend's ex twice? Like, at that point, it's definitely on purpose. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Again, leave your thoughts in the comments. This was a very interesting topic. Like, I always talk about the like worst relationships, like couples on the show, but I was just like, you know what, let me bring y'all like a worst friendship of the show. And this was definitely worth it, because the takes I saw on this trio online the past couple of days were insane. So I just had to definitely break this down for y'all. Again, guys, if you want to check out my other TVD videos, I'll leave that TVD playlist in the description. You guys should check out all those videos. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon in the next video.